Namaskar, good evening. This is Nikhil Sharma. Welcomes you to this special series on geometry and welcomes you on my YouTube channel Learn with Nikhil. In this special series, I am going to add lessons which is related to geometry. And geometry, you all are very much aware about that geometry is really very important chapter. It plays an important part when you are preparing for any competitive examinations. Many of you find lots of difficulty while solving questions only because your concepts are not clear. So in this special series, everything would be clear to you, every concept would be clear to you, and you may approach any kind of questions in very easily and efficient manner. So in this series, I am going to cover each and every lesson, each and every concept very easily and in very simplified way, such that you can boost your preparation level, you can learn geometry in simplified way, and you can approach any kind of questions easily and smoothly. But all you need to do is you have to watch each and every session, each and every lesson in consistent manner. It may take a lot of time because geometry is actually very vast. If you look at competitive examinations, it actually covers a lot of content which need to be learned by your side, which need to be very much clear by your side. And I would also discuss various kind of questions which have been asked in your examinations. So it is really necessary to watch each and every session in very consistent manner. So I hope guys you all are ready, and I am also ready to add each and every concept in very simplified and sequential way for you. So keep watching, keep learning, and today onwards I am going to start with triangle. You all are very much aware about triangle, that any figure which is bounded by three line segment is known as triangle. Any figure which is bounded by three line segment, that is known as your triangle. You look at this particular diagram, you know that AB, BC and CA are the line segment, and boundation of these three line segment forming a triangle, and triangle have three vertices A, B and C. You can also say that triangle can be formed just by joining three non-collinear points. You can also say that the triangle can be formed just by joining three non-collinear points. Look at the diagram. There are 3 points A, B and C. A, B and C are 3 points, and these are non-collinear points. Okay, these are non-collinear points. What are collinear and non-collinear points? In case of collinear points, look at these points. These points will be collinear. A, B and C would be collinear only when AB plus BC will be equals to AC. But here in this particular case, A, B and C are non-collinear points, and joining of any three non-collinear points forms triangle. Okay, so triangle have three vertices A, B and C, and sum of internal angle of a triangle are 180 degree. If it may be any kind of triangle, we can also classify triangles on basis of their sides. We can also classify triangles on basis of their angles. If you look at the figure, I would say to you that AB is equals to AC and it is equals to BC. You know that triangle can be actually classified on basis of their side. Triangle can be actually classified on basis of their angle. If I am classifying triangles on basis of their side, so look at the figure. If in a case AB is equals to BC is equals to AC, if all the three line segments are of same length, then in that case triangle is to be known as equilateral triangle. In that case, triangle to be known as equilateral triangle. Okay, if you look at the triangle, if there is a triangle in which any two sides are equal, if there is a triangle in which any two sides are equal, then that particular triangle is known as isosceles triangle. Then that particular triangle is known as isosceles triangle. Okay, third is your scalene triangle. So in case of a scalene triangle, if none of these sides are of equal length, if none of the sides are of equal length, then that triangle is to be known as scalene triangle. If you would classify triangles on basis of their angles, so it can be also classified into three parts. You can also classify triangles into three parts if you are going to classify it on basis of their angles. Okay, so what are those? Let me discuss it with you. Suppose number one is your right angle triangle. If you are classify triangle on basis of the angle, number one angle is right angle triangle, and in case of right angle triangle, one angle of a triangle is equals to 90 degree. In case of right angle triangle, one of angle of a triangle is equals to 90 degree, and any side opposite to 90 degree is always your hypotenuse. Any side opposite to 90 degree is always your hypotenuse, which is the longest side. If you look at the triangle, always remember if your angle is larger, then side opposite to it will also be larger. So in case of right angle triangle, if one of the angle is 90 degree, it simply means that this is the largest angle of a triangle, and if this is the largest angle of a triangle, then side opposite to this particular angle would be the largest. So we can say that hypotenuse is the largest side of any right angle triangle. Okay, and if I would have discussion on perpendicular or base, so perpendicular and base of triangle may change. It depends on angle by which respect you are talking about. Suppose if I am talking with respect to this particular angle, so with respect to this particular angle, the side opposite to this particular angle will be known as perpendicular, and this would be known as your base. If in a case this is your right angle triangle, this is 90 degree, you are very much aware that side opposite to 90 degree is hypotenuse. If I am considering this angle, this is your theta, so with respect to this particular angle, so this would be your perpendicular, because side, actually hypotenuse is fixed, but perpendicular and base may change. Okay, so side opposite to this theta is your perpendicular, and this would be your base. I hope this classification would be very much clear to you. You can easily identify that which side is hypotenuse, which side is perpendicular, which side is base. So in right angle triangle, hypotenuse is fixed, but base and perpendicular may change. Okay, second classification on basis of angles is acute angle triangle. Okay, so if you would look at acute angle triangle, in case of acute angle triangle, if all the three angles of a triangle are less than 90 degree, if all the three angles of a triangle are less than 90 degree, then that triangle is known as your acute angle triangle. Suppose these are the three angles of a triangle and all the angles are less than 90 degree, so we can say that this particular triangle is your acute angle triangle. Okay. So guys, third is obtuse angle triangle. Okay, and in case of obtuse angle triangle, if one of the angle measure is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, then that particular triangle is known as obtuse angle triangle. Okay, I hope it would be clear to you. These are very simple and basic terms. Okay, that should be very much clear to you. Suppose if this angle is 120 degree, you know that this particular angle is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, then this particular triangle is obtuse angle triangle. I hope it is clear to you. Now moving ahead, I am going to discuss here with you some important terms with you, which should be very much clear to you. These terms are really very necessary, and it should be very important. It should be very much clear. Many of students, I have seen many students, they are learning geometry, but they are not aware about these basic terms. Okay, so let me discuss about you. I'm trying to give a strong foundation to you. I'm trying to give a strong foundation to you just to increase your basic, just to boost your preparation level, such that there should not be any difficulty for you. Okay, actually these are the basic terms, and it should be very much clear to you. Okay, now I don't know how much of you are aware about adjacent angles. Many of you have read various times what are adjacent angle. Okay, so if look at this particular diagram I am drawing over here, look at this particular diagram. Here angle 1 and angle 2 are known as adjacent angle. How can you say that these are adjacent angles? Actually, what are the properties that it can be said that angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles? So it should be clear to you that you should know that in case of adjacent angle, there should be a common vertex. There should be a common vertex, and there should be a common arm as well. There should be a common arm as well. Look at diagram. A is the common vertex for angle 1 and angle 2 both. OA is the common arm for both angle 1 and angle 2. And third point is that their non-common arm are on other sides of the common arm. Okay, so their non-common arm are on other side of the common arm. You look at the diagram that AB and AC are non-common arm and they are on other side of their common arm, which is OA. Okay, so it would be clear to you. If this is clear, you can say that angles are adjacent angle. Okay, let me ask you that angle 1 or angle 2 are adjacent angles or not. So look at this particular diagram. They don't have any common arm. Seriously, look at this particular diagram. Angle 1 and angle 2 don't have any common arm. And if they don't have any common arm, so you cannot say that they are adjacent angles. They should have common arm, they should have vertex. The next part, which is linear pair. Okay, so what are linear pair? हिंदी में इसको बोलते हैं रैखिक युग्म. What are linear pair? Okay, so in case of linear pair, you should be very much clear that two adjacent angle, I discussed with you adjacent angles. Two adjacent angle can form linear pair only when their non-common arm are the opposite rays. Only when their non-common arm are the opposite ray. Look at the figure. You know that these two are adjacent angles, and any two adjacent angle can only form linear pair. These two are adjacent angles, they have common vertex, they have common arm. Okay? So these are adjacent angles, and if adjacent angles non-common arm are opposite ray. What are non-common arms? OB and OC are non-common arms and they are opposite rays. So in that case, linear pair is formed, and if linear pair is formed, that is only a possibility when it form a straight line. If it would be opposite ray, then definitely they will form a straight line, and if this is a straight line, so they will always form a straight angle, and a straight angle means 180 degree. So we can say that when any linear pair is formed, that angle 1 plus angle 2 is always 180 degree. So these are some basic terms which I discussed with you today. I hope all it would be clear to you. From next session, we are going to discuss some basic properties of triangles, starting from exterior angle property, various other properties and problems based on those properties. So my dear friends, keep learning, keep growing, good luck, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe it. Thank you.